Super Draco here, and we're back for stage 137 of Build the Battleship Bismarck, the stand and electronics. So, to jump into this one, we've got the aft portion of the stand, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop the speaker in, and then once the speaker's in, you want the wire pointing in the direction I have it, towards the left, and then you're going to put the cap on it, or the fixing plate as they call it, or I'm sorry, the speaker casing, and then it's going to be held down with 4 2x3 by 6 millimeter PV screws. Okay, so next we're going to drop the switch plate 137-07 over the little power icon, and then we're going to lock that into place with the fixing plate 137-06, and that'll be fitted with 2 2x3 by 4 millimeter PV screws. So just like the other stand from the previous video, we're going to fit the support column in, and then that's going to be pegged in with 3 2.3 by 6 millimeter PB screws, just like the other one. So we'll probably hit the fast forward button for this. Flip the stand over, that little notch inside the column will tell you where the connector will fit in, and it just is a push to fit. Okay, so next we're going to bring in circuit board 137-11, and we're going to screw that into place with 4 2x3 by 4 millimeter PV screws. Okay, so next we're going to take circuit board 137-09, and we're going to plug the blue and red cable 137-12 into it, and then we're going to flip it upside down and mount that to this underside of the stand next to the other circuit board with 2 2.3 by 4 millimeter PV screws. With all that done, we now have our on-off switch, which I'm going to be up front. It does not feel very good to the touch right now, but we're going to move on. Bring in the rest of the stand assembly, and we're going to insert that into the two holes on this assembly, and then using the screws, or using 2.3 by 16 millimeter PV screws, we're going to affix this portion of the stand to the other. Next, we're going to take the connecting cable and we're going to run that down the through the support column. So it'll go all the way down, and it's a little tricky to get everything down there, and this is also very tricky to film just due to the size of the stand. You've got it fed through, so you're just going to connect the cable. So the cable from the connector is going to go into the port in this orientation on the bottom. The port on the right is going to connect the cable that's running through the arm of the stand. The top port is going to connect the blue and red wire to the speaker. And then the right hand side is going to connect, the blue and red wire goes to the switch. The speaker connects to the right hand port. Now this was tricky because there genuinely was not a lot of room for this wire. So I'm going to loosen up this cap, because I also just caught that I made a mistake. There was a notch in this cap for the wire to go through, and it actually came out of the notch when I screwed it down. So I'm going to loosen it up, get it in proper place, and then get it plugged in. And with that fixed, now we have enough length on the cable to actually plug it all the way in. We're going to bring in the base plate, and that's going to lock in with 6 2.6 by 6 millimeter PV screws. And we'll probably just fast forward this as well, because I've done it already. Okay, so then we're going to flip it upside down again, and then we're going to attach 4 more of those rubber non-stick pads to it. Over to the ship, we're going to install, this is ladder number 3 we're installing first. It's the largest of the ladders, and all 3 of the ladders are going to go on the main hangar. So we just punch those out of the metal photo reel sprue and then bent the prongs into place. Number one is going to go into these lower two holes, which on reflection, why the heck didn't we install this before we put the whole ship together? You would have thought putting these on before while we were still doing the superstructure would have made more sense. Anyhow, and then ladder number two is going to go into the upper two holes once we have this one in. Over to the port side upper deck by Bruno, we're going to be installing railings 4 and 5. 4 will go on this side and 5 will go on the other side by that little hatch.